Things that don't sit right with me. Literally, it is 9 p.m. It is 3 hours before the TikTok ban, but I got one more video for y'all. The first thing that doesn't sit right with me is when Siri and Alexa go off when I literally never called them. Like, nothing makes me feel more watched, and it could be completely silent, and then Alexa gonna light up. I'm scared. Because it's just like, what are you hearing that I'm not? Like, I'm the only person in the room. I'm not speaking. Anyway, next thing that doesn't sit right with me are those AI baby eating videos. They were literally all over my For You page for some reason. Like, I'm not gonna miss those. Why are they everywhere? And they always all have the same nasty eating sound effect. I can't take it. Like, I could be scrolling, minding my business, and then all of a sudden, it's a generated video of a baby eating a seafood boil. And the most annoying part is that it always has like 1 million likes. And it's always a big baby too. Like, and it might sound crazy that I'm calling a baby big, but like, it's AI, like it doesn't have feelings. But if you see them on your For You page, you know what I'm talking about. Next thing that doesn't sit right with me is when the different foods on my plate are touching each other. I don't know, it just feels like contamination. Because why are you ever putting my rice on top of my macaroni? Put it to the side. And especially if it's two foods that wouldn't even taste decent together. Like, what do you mean you're putting the cucumbers on top of my mashed potatoes? You must not value your life. Next thing that doesn't sit right with me is when birds be flying mad close to me for no reason. Like, I will never forget when I was sitting in the park with my friend Eva and a bird literally swooped down and ate all of her dumplings. My issue is you have wings. I don't. So what do you gain from attacking me? Yeah, I guess I've been saying that some of these birds aren't really birds. It's just that nobody's ready for that conversation. Another thing that doesn't sit right with me is that depending on how long this app is gone for, I will just never know when I hit 1 million. Because my account's still going to be here. Like, my videos are still going to be here. I'll just never know. Just know it's okay. I still have a little bit of hope. And before I end off, I will say this to respond to all the DMs and all the people who have been reaching out. I will be good. Which is exactly why after I finished senior year, I still chose college, even though I was still doing pretty well. And don't take this the wrong way. Like, this is not me bashing people who chose not to go to college. I'm saying that that will never be my choice because of things like this. That goes to show that social media is temporary. But we are finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
Get ready with me while I tell you about the time that I was almost used for a gang initiation. This story is so traumatizing for me to tell, but I don't care because it's literally crazy, and I feel like I could spread enough awareness for people to, you know, keep a fucking eye out if you're at a fair. So a little bit of context that matters. My dad has been in and out of jail my whole life. He has been affiliated his whole life, and I kind of have a good amount of knowledge on what goes on. So a while back, my ex worked for a security guard company, and his company actually called him and said, hey, I'm calling all the employees. If you know anyone that wants to come help, we have a little children's room area that needs to just be sat in. If you know anyone that would be down to do that, we would pay them for the day. It would be helpful. Thank you. So at the time he asked me, he said, hey, there's a children's room that needs to just be watched. Would you want to do it? They'll pay you. All you have to do is sit in there and make sure no one brings any adult drink in because it's a kids center. And I was like, yeah, I could use the money. All I gotta do is sit there and watch the little kids. I'm down. So I went. After sitting in there, I had noticed that there were two older teenagers. I want to say they were in high school because they both had JanSport backpacks and they looked pretty young. And basically they were dressed exactly how my dad dresses and how he's told me to always look out for people that dress that way and don't really go near them because they're probably not great. I'm telling you, they were dressed exactly how my dad dresses. So immediately, my attention flew to them because I'm a little bit nervous just because of how I was raised. This is my father, hello. Anyways, they're staring me down, fully staring me down and just being super weird. They're pretending to look at all the children's finger painting art and they are just not looking. I can tell they're not looking. So I end up calling my boyfriend at the time because he is only a few hundred feet away next door. So I was telling him to come, look at these dudes with me, make sure they're not weird. So he comes over, he sees them, they immediately leave when they see him. They skirt the fuck out of there. And then he goes, okay, just let me know if they come back. And then he goes back to where he was. I want to say within about 5 minutes of him being gone, they come right back in and begin staring at me again. And I'm super uncomfortable because I'm realizing that they're just hiding from him, which is an issue. So I kind of text him again. I don't really call him over, but I'm hey, they're back. They're weird. And he goes, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and switch to be outside the kids' room door so I can just kind of watch you. I'm okay. Well, his boss gets super upset. You're not here to mingle with your girlfriend. You guys are working. She's not understanding. I'm telling her, yo, these kids are tripping me out. She goes, you have no training on whether, people are suspicious or not. And I'm Okay, so after getting yelled at, he's not allowed to be with me in the children's room, and I'm alone once again, and then they come back again a third time. This time, one of them comes up to me directly, and he walks right up to my hip where my walkie-talkie is, and he grabs it and does something, I don't know what he did, and then he says, "You're very beautiful." And I was like, "Thanks," and I kind of backed up because he was so unbelievably close to me. And then he apologizes, and he goes, "I'm really sorry." For what? So that's when I got really fucking scared, and he leaves. I'm calling my boyfriend. I'm like, "I don't care what they say, send someone in here with me." Before my boyfriend can even get to me, the two kids come back, and now they have about 5 men with them. Majority of these men are huge and covered in tattoos. They're all bald. They look like my dad. And they start coming at me, and I get the fuck out of there. I run to where my boyfriend is, and he's not there anymore. So I'm like, what the fuck? I turn around, and this group of men are following me, and now they've multiplied even more. There's about, I want to say there's like 11 of them now. So again, I'm running, and it turns out my boyfriend is in the very back of the fair. So I go back there, and every time I turn around, there they are going after me, and I end up being right next to my boyfriend, and they scram. They get out of there so fast. They disappear. So I tell my boyfriend what happened. He goes, "Okay, you know what? We're getting the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care. Like, you're going home. This is not the place for you. You just can't do it." So I'm like, okay. So we start walking back to the front of the fair to leave. And, ooh, guess what I see? Okay, you guys are gonna have to go to part 2. This video is getting way too long.
This is a top, and the only thing that's covering me are the words on it. I'm visiting my old high school wearing that. In honor of them always dress coding me and others for no reason, me and my friends are gonna have some fun today. Just wait and see. The complete look is gonna be shocking, but so worth it. And I have an idea how to wear the top without getting kicked out first. We're gonna walk the halls like the runway, try to visit some old classes, and pretend like the top is the assignment. Those are actually the lyrics to Born This Way by Lady Gaga. We're gonna do that till we get kicked out, or prove a point. Only thing that matters is that we get in, so we have a plan. You know, the dress code would always be so unfair and unnecessary, so how about now? The long tank top was bad, how about this? Never understood it. Obviously we're not gonna wear club wear to school, but a little self-expression, and they're reasoning it by being provoking and distracting while guys get away with their underwear showing and their pants off. Where else are you gonna show off your fits the majority of time when you're a teen? School is not a fashion show. To me it was. Even when I didn't have a lot of outfits back then, I'd always try to find ways to make them special. Do you guys have or had a strict dress code when you were in school? I remember I once asked, and so many of you guys were upset with how unfair it is, and trust me, it pisses me off too. Okay, this is me so far. I'll go bring the rest of the fit and show you next.
Things that are not disrespectful, but it feels like they are. Part 2. First thing that feels disrespectful, even though it isn't, is whenever I tell somebody that I'm tired and they're like, "Yeah, you do look tired." What do you mean by that? And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna look tired if I'm tired, but for some reason I still feel offended. And I know it wasn't the intent, but you low-key just called me chopped, so what's C? Like, I was gonna say that I'm tired, but why are you saying that I'm tired? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Another moment that feels disrespectful, even though it technically isn't, is whenever Sephora employees are breathing down my neck. I get it, it's their job, security has to be strict, especially in Sephora because that's what they're trained to do. I get it, I do, but I just walked in the door. Why am I already being followed? And for me, I love window shopping too, so don't look at me weird when I don't leave with anything. I'm just going home to compare prices. You don't have to watch me walk back to the car. I'm just gonna pretend like this isn't empty. Next thing that feels disrespectful, even though it isn't, is whenever I turn my phone brightness up and then Apple immediately turns it back down. Like, is there a problem? Why are you fighting me on this? I cannot see my phone screen. It genuinely feels like a fight. I need to learn how to turn that off because that really gets me mad. Next thing that feels disrespectful, even though it technically isn't, is whenever I get a quiz or exam back and the grader wrote question marks next to my answer. Oh, so I'm an idiot. Okay. You can just put a cute little X if the question is wrong. You do not have to do too much. Like, maybe it was wrong, sure, but what is there to question because I said what I said and I wrote what I wrote? You don't even tell me what's wrong. You just give a little question mark and call it a day. I feel disrespected, I do. Fifth thing that feels disrespectful, even though it isn't, is whenever my MacBook overheats in class and the fans turn on and it's making all that noise in a silent classroom. Loud as hell for literally no reason. All that ruckus and all I did was open Safari. Like, come on now. Wrap up the theatrics. But we are finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
Okay, the girlies are definitely gonna know what I'm talking about, but do you know when you meet a girl in real life and you're just like, she's giving like really mean girl energy? Here's the thing though, I'm an overthinker, so I'm gonna tell you the story and you can tell me if you think I'm sensitive. Be honest, I don't care. I get told I'm sensitive all the time, or you can tell me if you think she was being mean. Not too long ago, I went to the Morgan Wallen concert with my boyfriend. I've been to Morgan before, but this was different because this was my first time being in the pit. And like, imagine your favorite singer's Taylor Swift and you get to be that close. Like, you're gonna be excited. Obviously, pit tickets are pretty expensive, so I was like, Ben, we're getting there like 5-6 hours early. I don't care. Like, we are gonna be on the guardrail. We get there hours early. That's important to remember. And maybe like an hour after us, so maybe they're like 5 hours early to the concert. Another group of girls comes up. I believe it was a mom and daughter, and they had been the night before. The only reason they were at this one is because a friend had given them the tickets that couldn't go. I am like going on and on to my boyfriend about how excited I am for this. Like it's been what I've been waiting for. It was like Christmas for me. And all of a sudden I hear this agonizing, I'm joking, but the mom behind me starts talking about how like it's not that big of a deal to be at this concert. Like she's touched Morgan Wallen before and it was whatever. Like she literally said it was whatever. Girl, you are here 5 hours early just like me. So can I high five you so it's like I touched her too? Anyways, I'm not really feeding into this. I was talking to my boyfriend anyways, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is just her opinion. She has every right to her opinion. But I noticed that every single person who comes up in line behind her, she's telling the same story, that it was no big deal that she touched Morgan Wallen. And I'm like, if it was no big deal, why do you keep telling me? Also, Morgan, if you see this, I'd never do you like that. I'm over here like, you know what? She's entitled to her opinion. She doesn't have to be super excited. But tell me why. She starts saying, I just think it's ridiculous that people wear cowboy hats and hold posters. I had a hat on and a poster. Everybody else in front of me in line also had a hat on. I will say my boyfriend didn't have a hat on, but he's 6'6", so he still would have been taller than me if I had 5 hats on. She's going on about like how nobody can see over it, which you know what? I honestly understand like holding up a poster the entire concert could be annoying to the people behind you, so I didn't do that. I just held it up at the end. But a hat? We're at a country concert. And I swear she literally said, I mean, I did the whole dressing up thing last night. Like I didn't need to do that tonight. I genuinely feel like she was sitting there just frustrated that she didn't get ready as much as everybody else. And I'm not gonna lie, like I thought she was a pretty girl. Like, why are you being so mean? I remember turning to my boyfriend and I was like, is she okay? I'm sure she said like other things that I'm forgetting because I was kind of like in the moment like, and if she comes across this video, guess what? Morgan Wallen did sign my poster, so you were right. It was stupid of me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think because I definitely thought she was not a very nice girl. That's my life. I need to go pick out like a small hat to wear to the next concert.
Get ready with me, but I can't say or literally. This is definitely going to be difficult for me because they're like flow words. I didn't hear that. I just spilled all my toner on my desk. I haven't even done the first step of my routine. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But I was trying to say that they're flow words whenever I form a sentence. Anyway, I would say good morning, but I'm on the way to physics right now, so is it really a good morning? Real question though, has anyone else been like on the verge of a crash out like literally every 5 seconds for the entire month of January? I just said literally. The entire month of January has just been so stressful. I don't know if I've ever been at peace for the entire year of 2025. My hair is turning gray, and I'm barely an adult. Another question, and I don't want to start no conspiracy, but does anyone else feel like Trump... Does anyone else feel as if Trump saved TikTok so that he can distract people from the mass deportations that he's starting today? Stay with me now. I don't know. I'm not trying to get political at 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's kind of strange that everyone's like making him seem like a savior. I said like so many times. Do y'all ever catch yourself laughing at something that's literally so mean that it's like, it's fun? It's funny for 5 seconds and then you're like, wait, that was actually really mean. I should not have laughed at that. And then you almost get upset with yourself because it's like, wow, why did I just laugh at that? Like that was so mean. Just said like. That's honestly how it felt with the 2 seconds that we spent on Instagram Reels. Reading all the comments, it's like, reading all the comments like, is there a point in even speaking anymore? Is there a point to anything anymore? Do you see what we're living through right now? That just got really emo, I'm sorry. I never really notice how much I say it until I either 1, watch back my videos, or 2, do challenges. I feel as if I should do a part 2 to this video just because of how bad I'm doing right now. But then like actually come up with the punishment. I know, I heard it. Don't say anything. For all the people who are continuously on my tip about not putting concealer on my forehead, you can hop off because I do not care. Will always look unbalanced in my vanity light because of the fact that it's so harsh. Here. You happy now? Damn. I know my comments are going to be flooded with people saying, oh, like you're doing it on purpose. But I literally am not. It just flows so well with the way that I usually speak. It is what it is. We're finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the...
Get ready with me to go confess my feelings to my best friend. So this has been one of my best friends since around 2020, but recently, you know, he had gotten a girlfriend. When I say recently, I meant like last year, like beginning of last year. You know, the many years that we were friends before that, I never really thought much of him. Like, yeah, we were really close. It was like a really weird, like deep connection that I haven't really had with anybody else. But I don't know, I didn't think much of it until he got his girlfriend. I think that seeing him be with somebody else intimately just kind of made me realize, like, damn, like, maybe I like this motherfucker just a little bit. So him and his girlfriend had broken up about a month ago, but while they were together, I did kind of distance myself from him a little bit, like, mainly out of respect for the fact that, like, you know, he has a girlfriend and, like, I'm over here crushing on him, like, I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean? And then also just for my own mental health, because, like, being around that just, like, fucked me up. And don't get me wrong, like, when I found out that they broke up, bitch, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I was sad that he was sad, but also, you know what, like, it's like, now it's my chance. I am kind of scared of being the rebound. Like, I waited a month, you know, so he can get over it, but, like, I know it doesn't take a month to get over, you know, like, your fucking first love, but I can't wait any longer. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm gonna go about this. Like, how do you confess your feelings to your best friend of many, many years? You know what I mean? Like, it's also just like, what if it, like, ruins our friendship, you know? What if he doesn't feel the same way and now he's all weirded out and now he never wants to fucking talk to me ever again? Because this has happened to me before. We have plans to see a movie tonight and I'm like, okay, well, now I have 3 options. Either I can do it before the movie, I can do it during the movie, or I can do it after the movie, you know? Let's say I confess my feelings to him before the movie. Then it could be like, you know, a cute little first date moment if, you know, things go well. Then it's like, if it doesn't go well, then it's just gonna be awkward as fuck during the movie, and it's just like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's basically the same thing if I do it during the movie. It could be a really cute romantic moment, or it could just be a really embarrassing disaster. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play it safe and wait until after the movie, just to, like, save myself some embarrassment. Don't worry though, I'll keep you guys updated. Oh my god, you know what we should do? I'm filming this, like, in real time. I'm gonna change my profile picture tonight depending on, like, where I'm at. So this profile picture means that I'm still getting ready. This profile picture means that he's on his way. This profile picture means that I'm with him. This profile picture means we are in the movie. This profile picture means that I finally told him and it went well. And then this profile picture means that I told him and it did not go well. Bitch, my eyes watering because I'm nervous. Like, only the people who have made it this far throughout the video will know what my profile picture means. It's like a little inside secret between us. Well, I'm gonna go finish getting ready. Wish me luck.
Breaking news. The future is here, and it looks bright.
I'm jealous of you First, I'm jealous of you if you're naturally photogenic and you don't have to contemplate your entire life trying to figure out what pose to do for a photo. All I got is duck lips, having my tongue out, this, and then this. I don't have anything else. Like, how are you so photogenic that even when you're caught off guard, you still look amazing? Next, I'm jealous of you if you know how to trip out. Y'all, I've tried everything. I'm coming to terms with the fact that I just can't do it and I'll never learn how to do it. Like, send me a dance where tripping out is involved and I'm not learning it. I quit before I even start. Next is another embarrassing one. I'm jealous of you if you have your license. I am 18 years old and I have nothing but a permit to my name. But hold on, in my defense, I was born and raised in New York City, okay? Like, if my parents couldn't drive me, I was hopping on the bus or I was hopping on the train. So I never really had much of a need for it, but now whenever I'm on, like, SU campus, I'm like, wow, I need to get on my Zoom. Not to mention, driving in the city is literally so scary. Like, nobody knows how to drive over here. It's horrible. And I don't know, I feel like I would crash my car 3 days into getting one. Next, I'm jealous of you if you got to see Frank Ocean live before he disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, how does it feel to live my dream? Y'all have that one song where just listening to it live would heal you forever? That's exactly how I feel with Godspeed by Frank Ocean. Next, I'm jealous of you if you can drink an energy drink without exploding. And it may sound like I'm joking, but I'm actually very serious when I say that some of the stuff inside of these energy drinks are not for human consumption. Like a Monster, for example, something in there is radioactive. However, I will still buy me a Celsius every time, even though I know good and well I cannot handle it. And before the video ends, I just want to thank y'all for 950k. We are so close to 1 million, it is actually unreal. But we are finished. Deuces, deuces, and deuces.
Get ready with me for the gym while I tell you what the hell happened at the party I went to the other day. Let me just tell you, it didn't even last 2 seconds. No one even got let in. Just a little recap, it got postponed again, canceled, uncanceled, fireworks being thrown that I thought was tear gas by the police, a line of Karens standing there like grandmas in their bathrobes, and this happened like twice, like 2 parties, but nothing happened and you're just standing there the whole night. Now I'm sorry in advance for shading the people who organized this, but like I never go out. And one of the guys who organized it convinced me to go and said this was gonna be like Project X, but I had nothing else to do on a Saturday night, so I was like, fine, me and my people finna show up. Story's getting so good I damn near forgot to get ready. When I tell y'all, we pulled up, sat in the car, didn't even get out because it was like a shit show outside, sat in traffic, waited for the next address to drop,
Parked a mile away from the next house. By the time we walked there in 30-degree weather, bro, people stormed inside the backyard. I'm not even kidding you, 30 seconds later, the crowd of hundreds of people is getting pushed out by people with tasers. We're standing in the driveway. Guess who pulls in? The mom. Now, I don't know if any of these people got in trouble, but she pulled it smack dead in the middle of the crowd, got out, and everyone can tell that's their mom because there is no other reason a 40-year-old woman should be here. And everyone was like, oh, sorry, ma'am. Have a good night. Yeah, we out. And that was literally my night. Now, I'm not super mad because I still went out and like managed to have a fun night, but I still wasted a really cute outfit. And girls know once you wear it once, like, it sucks to rewear it. And then my friend in question who organized the party was like, sorry guys, it was poor planning. Bro, y'all posted the address at 8 a.m. that day. Of course, the neighbors, their moms, and their pets will know about this freaking party. And if you live in the state of Arizona, I'm telling you, you definitely heard of it. It was in Glendale. But it was bound to shut down. Now he's texting me talking about some next weekend. No! I said yes once. I went out one weekend, and now you're talking about, no, we got more parties next weekend. No, I'm gonna be in bed. Anyway, that's really the update. I don't know why my skin is so inflamed all of a sudden. But anyways, I gotta go to the gym. Bye!